in September, the Eagles lost their previous game against the Cowboys. Can Dallas finish the sweep? Find out next.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Goddard, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come into this one 0-6 on the year, and really it's sort of just been one thing after another.
Coupled with they don't start very fast. The first quarter's really been an issue for them. They've got to learn to get out of the gates quicker in order to try and win some games.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is Tony Pollard. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliot. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The numbers for Zeke from last week. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that that carries over to this one.
A beautiful spin and room to run.
In your face!
Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Goddard, his first touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. These 2 teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit. And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there and they get the first down.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliot. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Let's go! Let's go!
Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Prescott. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll give to Elliott. A little juke, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Prescott now from the 50. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that is incomplete.
So this game, Charles, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Now Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there. Now 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliot, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Goddard.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Sanders, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll set up to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager, and able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliot. And he's closing in on that number. They're all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Prescott now. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Tight end rock. Here we go, 46. Hey, got four down. Here we go. I got 46.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll fire this deep for Gallup, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's out right at the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Well, Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NxT Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning defensive player of the week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A big play there on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Get ready. Get ready.
Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goddard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Prescott off play action. Flush to his right. Wide open, Amari Cooper. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This is caught. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Take it into the end zone. For a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliot with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliot. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again, Dallas Goddard marching back onto the field. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Now this shot downfield on second down is brought in. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Now he's forced out left. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Here we go.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Escaping and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Now Pollard. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliot. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in. Slam, slam, slam.
On 3rd down, Elliot. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
Count. 47. We're going to 54. Line in. Right in. 26.
Prescott on 1st down. Left side to Lamb. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
Prescott from the gun. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage realized he had support behind him and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Play action now, Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's a football team who have the lead in that one. Cam Newton with a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we'll skip over to Louisiana. Check on the Saints at home in New Orleans. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady at it again. 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final preparations for this second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning Coach Herb.
And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And down to the 11. A big play there on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Now back to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. David Moore. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Santos with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now Pollard. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Tight ends right. 4 down, check, 4 down. Here we go, 4 47. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he will have the Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
A first down carry by Elliot. Pushes him over. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
107 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
On second down, Elliott stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
57.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon Graham.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So now Dak Prescott off, Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal.
From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Zuerlein's kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 9 now. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Elliot going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
6 guy, check 6 guy. Hey, kill.
To throw is Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well. And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. It's caught by Sanders. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Baby, let's go!
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
57. Mike, 57. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. We're going to 53. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Baby, let's go.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time through the air. 36 37 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check 26.
A 20th carry here for Elliot. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
145 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Kill. Check.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Good job. How that boy
Terry Pollard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Another run here with Sanders. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliot. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
He's had success running the football. This is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
174 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliot, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
He'll get this to Elliott.
And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliot, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Yeah, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes this out, like puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. He'll drop to throw. Rager catches it left side. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Santos with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Elliott. And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Pollard now a 1st down and more. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? Those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Cowboys, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time.